I remember the sun beating down on my back as I stepped out of my patrol car, the crunch of gravel beneath my boots a familiar sound. The call had come in as a domestic disturbance, but something about it didn't sit right. The dispatcher's voice had been hesitant, the words tumbling out in a rush. I'd been on the force long enough to know when to trust my instincts. As I approached the small, weathered house, I could feel the tension in the air. It was like a living thing, a palpable presence that made the hairs on the back of my neck stand on end. I kept my hand resting on the grip of my gun, my eyes scanning the surroundings. The windows were open, curtains billowing out like ghosts. I could hear the sound of shouting, the words indistinguishable, but the anger clear. I moved to the side of the house, my eyes locked on the open doorway. That's when I saw her, a young woman with a look of terror in her eyes. She was backing away from someone, her hands raised in a futile attempt to ward them off. My heart rate kicked up a notch as I took in the scene. This wasn't just a domestic disturbance. This was a hostage situation. I keyed my mic, my voice low and even. "Dispatch, this is Deputy James. I have a situation here. I need backup, now." The response was immediate, the sound of sirens growing louder in the distance. I took a deep breath, my mind racing with possibilities. I had to stay calm, had to think clearly. I kept my eyes locked on the woman, trying to convey a sense of calm. It was a lie, of course. My heart was racing, my senses on high alert. But I'd been in tough spots before. I knew how to handle myself. I just hoped I could get everyone out of this alive. I've seen my fair share of darkness in this line of work, but there's one case that still lingers in the recesses of my mind like a ghost. It's a case that started with a whisper, a rumor of a young girl gone missing in the dead of night. I remember the call coming in around 2 a.m., the kind of hour where the world feels like it's holding its breath. The dispatcher's voice was laced with a sense of urgency as she relayed the details. 17-year-old Sarah Jenkins, last seen leaving the local diner around midnight. Her parents were frantic, and the initial search party had yielded nothing but empty streets and silence. As I arrived on the scene, the Jenkins residence was bathed in an eerie, pulsing glow from the patrol car's lights. The air was heavy with the smell of fresh-cut grass and desperation. I could feel the weight of those parents' fear, their eyes pleading for answers I didn't have yet. The investigation that followed was a blur of long hours, endless cups of coffee, and the nagging sense that we were running out of time. I recall poring over security footage, retracing Sarah's last steps, and talking to anyone who might have seen or heard something. But every lead seemed to end in a dead end, every witness statement a frustrating echo of, "I didn't see anything." Sarah's disappearance was like a whispered secret, shrouded in an unsettling silence.